There's a very big rugby union game on tonight, and yes, we will be supporting the All Blacks. No doubt about that at all. In fact, though, the game's not about the All Blacks, and it's not about the Springboks, and we do actually have a Springbok jumper in the family. Well, it's actually with my brother, I believe, which my father actually swapped with another Springbok legend way back in about 1937 when Canterbury, who my father captained, played against the Springboks. But the whole game tonight is not about the All Blacks or the Springboks. It's actually, in my opinion, well, in fact, about rugby. In my opinion, it's about legacy. The All Blacks want to leave a legacy for the jersey, as they call it in New Zealand, maybe to reunite the country after the forever flu years. And the Springboks, they're the same. They want to reunite or get together South Africa and bring together the whole continent of Africa, which is a whole new world for those who in the West haven't been to Africa. With a trip. The game is not actually about rugby. I mean, it's the game that they play in heaven. It's the game that Oscar Wilde wrote once. A hooligans game played by gentlemen. It's not about that at all. I think it's all about legacy. We heard a great story. It was a short All Black reel, in fact. Sam Whitelock, who has actually left a legacy. He's playing his 4th Rugby World Cup final. Even the referee, Wayne Barnes, who will probably make a decision in the last minute against the defending side more likely, and give away a penalty, and the game will go over in 3 minutes. Boomfa, all over. But we'll wait and see, because we don't know, at this moment in time, I don't know what the score is. We will within 12 hours, or 24 hours. Sam Whitelock was telling a story about his grandfather. His grandfather came from that great generation, fought in World War II, had a bullet hole in his leg, came back and played for the All Blacks in 1954, and the hole in his leg he covered up with a wooden plug, I believe. You'd have to go and listen to the reel from Sam. Way back in 1954. So grandfather Whitelock left a legacy. Sam has left a legacy, and every other player before and since intends to do the same, as does the Springboks. They will have their stories. I can only tell you, from my point of view, today, this short little story. We can go further than that. We can go back to my father, who was played against the Danny Craven side in about 37, way back then. Then selected, my father, after the war, selected a New Zealand University side that beat the Springboks in 1956. And it was that same year, 1956, that this little black duck here remembers getting pushed into Lancaster Park then, at the age of about, not much, won't admit it yet, yes I will, 6, I think. It would have been 6, to watch the Springboks play the All Blacks. So there's some history there and some legacy there. Going on from there, telling my little side of the story, I see that on the sidelines, and you never see him getting mentioned at all, there's a fellow by the name of Gilbert. That's his first name. He's on the sidelines every game. He's been there for 20 years. He must have been, I think, even longer. He's the All Black mentor. He's not on the coach's bench. He hasn't been sacked, moved, transferred, moved on. But he's been on the sidelines talking about red zones and blue zones and all the other things that sports psychologists do. We worked with him way back 40 years ago. Too long ago, but there we are. He hasn't written his legacy. But no doubt he's there. His legacy is yet to be written, but he's writing it, the chapters of the book. So my legacy intends to be much the same. It intends to be helping you achieve your legacy. What will that be? Well, that's up to you. But the game tonight, the All Blacks or the Blacks, whichever way you like to call them, or against the Boks, all about a legacy. The winners will no doubt lift the cup. The losers will say, as the Irishman said, it is what it is, or what others say, it happens. But the gentleman at the end, after the game, hopefully, will have a beer after or a drink after, or certainly a celebration, because that's what the game is about. That's what I remember playing is after a game, enjoying the moment with the other side, and you'll see them shaking hands, etc., after a game. That's what it's all about. A legacy, a game. What will your legacy, what will your game be? Enjoy the day. Thank you.